Hello everyone, it's Zatrocity and we're back with some more Minecraft Infinity. Oh yeah, so last time guys, I left off at a pretty exciting moment. I was going to explain some of these awesome, random change of camera angle there. I was going to explain some of these weird command blocks everywhere, explain what all of this is all about. So I think we should jump right into it. Let's explain some things. Right, well, what I've got set up is a way to fill in the glass there. I've got some start game and end game options, and I've got a few ideas I want to show you all too. So it's going to be fun. I do have another project for today. I'm also thinking about streaming a lot of this off-camera work, which I think is quite a good idea. Some of you guys want to see some of that, and yeah. Alright, that's about it. Alright, now let's move on to what I wanted to show you guys today, and that is this crazy thing, and you may guess what it does already. It's basically a replica of that thing, but it's slightly different in a way. Now, a few episodes ago, Apple, our good friend Apple, told us about furnace minecarts and how awesome they can be, so I'll show you what this does. We push this button here, I do believe, and it does this. And you can watch that go while you watch this go. Oh yes. Yes. Very cool, and bye-bye. That's always awesome watching those minecarts. Wow! Alright, but basically what's happening there is we are summoning a command block to destroy all the glass, and we are also summoning a minecart furnace with infinite fuel and a bit of push, telling us it's got some momentum and stuff, and which way it's pushing the minecart. And we have that, and it uses that instead of powered rails, which is so much more useful. And I was wondering on how to do this, because the minecart furnace would run out of fuel, but we can just summon another one, and just make everything fall off into the void. So, problem solved. Well, not exactly. We've got some problems in here. Yeah, Houston, we have a problem. We've got some glass blocks stuck in random places. So these random blocks of glass, yep, I don't know what's causing them. You know, some rows they have a random glass block over there, nothing, and one here, and you know, it's very crazy, very crazy. And we could send these guys out again, but if you just watch, you can clearly see that they are not removing those extra blocks. So every time they go through, they don't remove these. These are always constantly there. Every time you want to remove the glass blocks, you always see these blocks, pretty much. I think it's slightly random. There's a slight chance that they will remove the block, but very unlikely. You have to send in a ton of these. I mean, you could send out, like, push the button like 3 times for safety measures, but yeah, it still has some problems. Along with that, the actual glass system here that places down the glass, this does a whole lot better. Look at that. Look at that glass floor slowly build up. That is pretty awesome. One thing it doesn't do though is this block right here. This little one does not want to cooperate, so that's another problem. And they also like to eat up the bedrock wall too, so yeah, problems. But I had another idea. I had an idea of using command blocks just to fill in the extra gaps, or to replace the bedrock wall, or to get rid of the last remaining blocks. Since this is always happening right there, I can fix that just by using some, you know, just idle command blocks somewhere. So that is this system, which works out quite nicely. And now we should move on. Alright, now here I've got a few random things. So I was thinking over here we'll have like a lobby system. I don't know, maybe you can choose your mini games and stuff, and here it would say, oh look, there's the bat horse mini game. Woohoo! I think that should be the name for it. I cannot come up with any original name for this mini game. Flying horses, bat horses, not too sure, but we can join the game and we can see what it does. So it increases our player count by 1. Alright, and you probably see that scoreboard there for, you see that right there. You probably have noticed that since the beginning of the episode, and I'll tell you what this is all about. There's actually quite a few command blocks going on. So what it does is it teleports the player down, very self-explanatory there, and then it also makes the person who stood on that pressure plate join Team Bat Horse. So that's the team name, Bat Horse, and it also deletes the stone pressure plate. And what's this here do? It adds our player count by 1. Anyone in the team Bat Horse, the player count is increased by 1. And here it also, that one's empty. Okay, and this one just removes the pressure plate and then gets replaced. So what we do is, alright, let's get rid of that teleport command so we don't teleport anywhere. There we are, that should prevent it from teleporting us. We step on the pressure plate, and you can see right there what happens. So you step on it, it disappears and then reappears. I do this just in case there's like a swarm of people coming in, like, oh my gosh, I gotta play some Bat Horse minigame. And they come swarming and all jump onto the pressure plate at the same time. Then it won't cycle through everyone. There would still be problems with closest players and all of that, which might be a bit of a problem, but let's not focus on that. It's just an idea. So we just have this so that it would constantly update everyone. And whoops, I'm adding a lot of things to the player count. There we are. So basically, let's actually enable that again, and it adds us to the Team Bat Horse. Now this is just to make sure we can differentiate between different mini games and who's in what mini game. So we have teams, and you'll join that team like so, and yeah, that's pretty much what it does. It adds 1 to player count, and we use this player count because we use it to find the winner. So what would happen is, as soon as you die in the arena, it will decrease the player count by 1, and every time someone dies, it will decrease again and again until there's 1 player left, and that would mean there's 1 player left in the arena, and that means that last player would have won. So that's how it works. That's my idea for how we're gonna determine who wins. So we just go on in, and it increases the player count by 1. So if there are 2 people, their player count will increase by 2. And this value here, 1, is given to everyone. So everyone who has the player count value is given this, pretty much. And now let's have a look at the exit. It pretty much removes you from the team, and it also deletes 1 from your player count, and you get teleported out of here. Then the player count decreases by 1, and yeah, that's what happens right there. So we also have a start button. I still haven't done much. All it does, I think, is removes the pressure plate so no one else can join on in. And it also sets this block here. Oh, it also removes the start button so you can't push it twice. And yes. So that is what I've done so far. I still need to modify those 2 buttons because there's still some more things I want to do. Now basically, every time someone steps on this pressure plate, it's going to activate a little clock. As you can see, this little hopper clock. Got a saddle in there, of course. Who doesn't have saddles in their hopper clocks? Alright, and what it does is it teleports the person right there to that over there. And they'll be set to spectator mode afterwards. And then we also have that little awesome command block trick I showed you guys before, where we delete the block and replace it in the same tick. So what I found out is that if someone actually gets teleported, this comparator actually turns on. It does. Trust me, it does. And what it does is it also removes the play count value, so that means 1 person died, there's actually 0 people remaining in the, you know, arena or whatever. And then it will test if there is 1 player left in the arena. And if there is, it will just, you know, do that fancy little trick I said before, and it'll just say the person there who's in adventure mode in over there has won. Yeah, that's what it does. That's pretty much what it does. So let me give you an example. So for example, alright, let's say there were 5 people in there. Alright, actually there wouldn't be 5 people, but let's just say there were. Alright, right now. And basically, pretend I'm someone who just died. I would spawn here, then player count is 4. 4 people left in the arena. And pretend I just died again. So I have to go into here, and there are 3 people left in the arena. Now pretend I'm another person in the arena, and they have just died. Then there's the final 2 remaining right there. And then that one person dies, and dun. And then it would say the winner is that. But unfortunately though, I'm not in adventure mode, so we gotta do that again. Alright, so you guys really want to see what happens? Step down here, and it says there, Zaptrosity has won! Woohoo! Always wonderful to hear that. Alright, but that is how that all works. I've rambled on quite a bit about it. I would like to do this more of the actual thing off camera and probably stream it, so keep an eye out on my channel. I might do a bit of that sometime in the future. But today's project, we're not going to be messing around with this play count. We are going to be messing around with this thing here. This here is a tell raw command. Oh yes, tell raw. Love me some tell raw commands. Now this one here, I'll tell you what it does. It gives us free apples. You see that right there? Except for we haven't got any free apples yet. What we have to do is we have to hover over it. It says here, apple, ID number 260. That sounds good. We click it, we get some apples. We can keep clicking it too. Very nice, very nice. And that's what I want to try and use today. We're going to use this. The hover command, the hover part of the tell raw, and the command when you click it. I want to mess around with that, because before we get building again, there's something that's really annoying about creative mode. You have to constantly open your inventory, search for items. Oh, I want to get some wood, even though it was there first thing on my search bar. I need some wood. Oh, I found some wood. Put it into my hotbar. Oh, so hard. First Minecraft world problems. Alright, but that's what I want to try and set up today. I want to set it up so that I can maybe like throw down a potion, and what would happen is that a little control panel will open up, and I can just select, oh, I want to get these amount of blocks, and it would give me like a fill up my hotbar with maybe redstone items, and maybe I can change it. I'll be able to clear things. I might even have like teleport commands, so I could teleport back and forth without even having to fly back and forth. I could just throw down potion, click, and boom, I get teleported. That would be pretty awesome, and that's what I want to set up today. And we're going to be doing this in the spawn chunks, so let's break that. And we're going to set this up over here. So I have to set up the command first of all. But there is more to it than just a simple old command. We've got to do a lot more than that. So let's just bridge out from here, from our little spawn point, like so. And we're going to have our thing over here. Now the way I've got it, I've kind of got it planned, alright? So, we get a powered, detector rail, silly me, and we get one of these, and now I want to give myself a minecart command block, and I had no idea what the value is, but you can just do this, my command block minecart, and boom, it gives it to us. Oh, I had one in my inventory. Wow, I'm not very, awake. I need some more sleep or something. Right, so what do we do here? We just put that down there, then I remove that block, and then I replace it. There we are. Now what happens is that command block is in the middle here, and if you didn't know, command blocks that are on activated rails activate multiple times, remember that? Yeah, remember that. Alright, let's remove that. That's a little annoying. Oh no, I don't want it to say anything. There we are, sa. Nice command. And so, what's cool about this is since it keeps activating, we can make pretty awesome test 4 clocks right there without any blinking lights or anything. So we could do test 4, a player in the radius of 3. So if we come close enough, it will turn on. There we are, and we get out of the range, it turns off. Usually what people would do is they would have like a clock set up, and that would go into a command block doing the same thing. But with command block minecarts, oh, it makes life so much easier. Now what I want to do here is I want to set up a command so that it will know if we've been using a potion. That's what I want to do. Now we're going to use invisibility potions, because who in their right mind would need to use an invisibility potion in creative mode while building? Yeah, even in single player. It's crazy, I know, but I'm crazy, so I'll probably find a need to. But that's why we've got some other special things. Alright, man, I'm rambling on way too much today. Anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to set the effect for a person in creative mode, and we're going to give them invisibility for 0 seconds. Now if you give someone any effect for 0 seconds, what it actually does is it tries to remove the effect. So let's actually copy that command and paste it in here. It says couldn't take invisibility from Zaptrocity as they do not have the effect. So what happens is it's trying to take it away from me. And with any command blocks or command block minecarts, you can use a comparator, and if the output is successful, if it actually does something, then it will output a signal. So, for example, if I splash myself with some invisibility, there we are, you see a little output right there. And it actually removes the invisibility too. You can't actually see it, it quickly disappears. And we can F5 myself, I disappear for a split second. Now, if you haven't noticed already, when I do this, it's not activating. Why is it not? Now, this is because we have to do it a couple of times. Since command blocks activate every so often, it might be a bit too quick for the detector rail to pick up that the command block did something. So you have to spam it a couple of times before it decides to activate, which is a good thing. That means I can actually, you know, if I accidentally throw invisibility onto myself, it doesn't always spam my chat. I can also change this value here and all of that if I wish to change the invisibility potion to something else. If I really need to use invisibility for a minigame or something. So very good ideas right there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make it shout out a tell raw command at us, and that's going to be our control panel. So, after all of that rambling, let's actually make that command, and we'll be back in like 1 second, so right now. Aha, awesome transition, right? Right? Yeah, it was okay, average. Yeah, alright, so I'll show you guys what progress I've made, and this is pretty much all I really need for the system. I mean, these here are for the specific, like, hotbars. So, for example, I'll just give you guys an example. So, I get my splash potion of invisibility, throw it onto myself a couple of times, and it didn't appear, so we'll spam some more onto me. There we are. We get our little control panel pop up. So, we've got wool, redstone, and clear. So, clear is pretty self-explanatory. Clears our inventory. Now, when we click wool, what happens is we get given all the wool, well, almost all of it, half of it, I'd say, and another potion of invisibility, so we can do some more of that as well. Come on, give me that invisibility. There we are. Right, and then we can go maybe redstone, and boom, look at that. That's pretty cool. And if I ever want to add more, I can always give myself more and check my survival inventory too. I think that should work. Not too sure. But I think you guys should already understand how it works. So, for example, when I click wool, what happens is a redstone block is placed here, and that clears my inventory while also removing the redstone block. Then that sends a short pulse through. So what that does is it gives me the first wool block white, then orange, then magenta, light blue, yellow, lime, pink, gray, and then this one here is for the splash potion. So that's very cool, very cool. And we can also switch, bye bye. We can also switch between the two things by, you know, just clicking which one. So it clears our inventory so our inventory doesn't get filled with items. But that's basically the general idea behind it. So I can switch between my items quite easily. Now I'm also considering using a proper test 4 clock, an actual, test for with a proper redstone clock, because this is a little unreliable. 1, 2, 3. That usually does it. Alright, how about 4? 4 didn't even work? That's like 5, 6? Oh, wow. Very slow. Come on. There we are. Yeah, it takes its time. I think, I have to just continue spamming it until it pops up. So it's not the most reliable thing, unfortunately. But that is can easily be fixed. I can also get rid of these to prevent any annoying stuff. Another thing I should do is probably place a lot of glowstone around. What happens is, what will lag my game a lot is not the ton of redstone going on, but the constant lighting updates that occur when redstone activates. So all these repeaters will give off a little bit of light, and that can cause some serious problems. So we're just going to spam this place with a bit of glowstone. That just makes sure things are pretty light and dandy. That should hopefully prevent some redstone lag. So that's how you can prevent lag in your redstone worlds. Place lots of light. It's no guarantee that it will help, but it definitely helps a little bit more. So I think I will want to do a lot more of that, and maybe I'll do that off camera, and I'll see what else I can come up with. Alright, I've got another thing added. This one's pretty cool. Alright, I've done a couple of things, so let's just get that pop up there. So we've got our regular old wool and redstone. Now we've got tally, YouTube, and our regular old clear. So YouTube, this one's my favorite. You can even see the text that pops up there. Woohoo! Woo! And it opens up a link to a very special website. I suggest you go there if you haven't already. Alright, that's enough of that. But I just decided to add that in there. Why not? And then we've got tally. And this one here allows us to teleport to spawn, the minigames, and cities. So we can go to spawn, which is here. Awesome. I didn't want to spawn exactly on top of spawn here, because I would get teleported all the way out there. We can go to the minigames, which is over here. Very nice. And we can also go to the city, all the way over there. And I'll show you how this works. It's very simple to understand. I just updated the tell raw command, and if you I haven't told you this, have I? I'm using this awesome website which helps me create these commands, because these are huge. Look at that. You want to see how big that is? That is that all right there. It's crazy, and that's just there to show us that first line right there, this line. And then this line here is shown by when we actually get that thing shown, get that onto us. Alright, when you click the tally here, it actually places a redstone block right there. Right, can you see it? Alright, don't blink, don't blink. Alright, don't blink for a few seconds. I don't think I even saw it. It goes too fast. But basically what happens is a redstone block gets spawned right there, and then it's removed straight away. And then what it does, this is another tell raw command, which has all our teleport options. So that's pretty cool. Let's get a redstone block so I can show you guys. Actually, we can do this the fancy way. Look at this. Let's get a redstone block the fancy way. Oh, so fancy. Look at that, see? And that's what happens. Very cool. This is pretty awesome. I'm hoping to add some more things to it, so, besides teleporting and that, there's some other neat little things I could do, custom inventories and all of that. Not too sure what else I can really add on to it. You can leave some suggestions on that too, but I should check the time on this episode, and if we have any more time, maybe we can do something else. I'm not too sure. I doubt it though. And we are out of time for today, which is actually perfect because I have no idea what else to do right now. But yes, thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this. Keep an eye out on my channel. I might do a bit more streaming of this stuff to get some things sorted, and we'll be continuing on soon. So take care. I'll see you guys soon. So bye bye.